Don't forget to like, subscribe and share the videos.
Hello friends, welcome to Ganesh IAS Academy. This is the new session. In this session, we are going to discuss about the previous year UPSC geography question. So, this session is totally different from what we cut பண்ணிக்கோங்க ஃபர்ஸ்ட்ல இருந்து பார்க்கலாம். Hello friends, welcome to Ganesh IAS Academy. This is the new session. In this session, we are going to discuss about the previous year UPSC geography question. This session is totally different from what we did for economy. Here we are going to add the prediction part. What is the possible question they may ask for 2025? So with that, it will be more useful for your upcoming prelims exam. So please make a note of it. Okay. So let's begin the session. Yes. This question was asked in 2023. It is related to the Earth's atmosphere. See, you can find the pattern based on the 2023 question and the 2024 question. So we already discussed the 2024 question. In that, there was a question about the troposphere. Water vapor. So these are the things related to the atmosphere. And in 2023 also, there is a question about the Earth's atmosphere. So this is the pattern. So which means from the atmosphere or also from the climate topic, they are asking one question, one or two question. Definitely there will be one or two question from the climate. So this is the pattern. Okay. First of all, discuss this question with reference to the Earth's atmosphere. Which of the following statement is correct? The first statement is the total amount of insolation received at the equator is roughly about 10 times of that received at the poles. First of all, you have to know that Earth, Sun. Okay. So, in this scenario, the solar insolation which is perpendicular at the equator, the solar insolation is it's slanting at the polar region, or else near polar region, it will be in a slanting way. So which means when it comes to the polar region, it is covering the larger area and the smaller solar insolation is going to happen. The smaller solar insolation is due to the distance. The distance is actually due to the curvature of the Earth. Due to the curvature of the Earth, the solar insolation received in the polar region is very less. But when it comes to the equator region, the solar insolation is very high. Okay, so per square kilometer of that equator, the energy received is higher. When it comes to the polar region, for the per square kilometer, the energy received from the solar radiation is very lower. So that is the reason for the difference in the solar insolation for the equator and the poles. But this statement is one half of the statement is actually right. The total amount of insolations received at the equator is roughly, it will be higher than the equator. Okay, sorry, it is higher than the poles. The solar insolation of the solar radiation is actually, when it comes to the poles, it is very less than the equator. This is actually true, but it's saying that about 10 times. This is actually wrong. So there is no 10 times difference between the solar insolation of the poles and the equator. It will be around 20% only. Okay. So this 10 times is actually wrong. It's factually wrong. Okay. So this statement is wrong. Next, the infrared rays constitute roughly 2/3 of the insolation. You can see the spectrum, the solar radiation spectrum. In that you can see this is the near infrared and far infrared, which is not a 2/3. Okay, so but the statement is saying that it is 2/3. So by the way, that statement is also wrong. Okay, so second statement is also wrong. Next, third statement, infrared waves are largely absorbed by the water vapor that is concentrated in the lower atmosphere. Yes, first of all, you have to know that water vapor is also one of the greenhouse gas. but we won't consider that when we are speaking about the climate change or the global warming. The reason is water vapor is constantly in the hydrological cycle, so we won't consider it. But we have to accept that when it comes to the infrared rays, okay, the water vapor is going to play the major role. It is observing, that is true. Okay, so this statement is actually right, and also it is concentrated on the lower atmosphere due to the effect of the gravity. The major water vapor are settled in the near to the ground, which means in the troposphere. Okay, so this statement is actually right. Next, D. Infrared waves are the part of the visible spectrum of the electromagnetic waves of the solar radiation. Visible lights is totally different from the infrared. See, this is the visible light region. Infrared and the near infrared is totally away from it. So that is also wrong. So the answer for that question is actually it's B. So for answer for this question is actually B. Okay. With the same pattern, what they may ask for 2025 is that thing we are going to discuss. This is the thing. So when it comes to the Earth atmosphere is acting as the blanket of air masses. Okay, so this blanket of air mass is actually protecting the Earth from the harmful solar radiation. What are the harmful solar radiations? The harmful solar radiations are the gamma rays, X-rays, UV rays, and microwaves. All are the harmful solar radiations. Okay, but when it comes to that Earth atmospheric layers, every layer is playing an important role in just to stop this solar incoming radiations, harmful solar incoming radiation. For example, stratosphere. Stratosphere is producing the O3, ozone. Okay, it is actually acting as a barrier for the UV radiation. Okay, in that same way, for the gamma rays, the exosphere and the thermosphere, it is acting as a barrier. How it is going to do that is, gamma rays interact with the atoms in the upper atmosphere, producing the secondary particles that are absorbed before reaching the lower layer. Okay, so gamma rays are stopped by the exosphere and the thermosphere. Next, X-rays. When it comes to the X-rays, the thermosphere and the mesosphere, okay, so they are going to play the vital role in the stopping the X-rays from the solar radiation. X-rays are absorbed by oxygens and nitrogen molecules in the thermosphere and the mesosphere, preventing them from reaching the surface. Okay, so by the way, the Earth's atmosphere is making this planet as the habitable zone. Okay, so by the way only there is the life form on the Earth. This is the most important thing. So every layers of the Earth's atmosphere plays a vital role in controlling the solar radiation. So this habitable planet is actually created by the Earth's atmosphere. It plays the vital role. Okay, so they may ask a question from this thing. So which layer is playing a vital role in controlling this harmful solar radiation? They may ask it. Okay, so UV rays is controlled by the stratosphere, and the gamma rays is stopped by the exosphere and the thermosphere. X-rays are controlled by the thermosphere and the mesosphere. So please note it. This will be more useful for your upcoming prelims exam. Thank you.